What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the GameFreak. Today we are going to talk about Evercade 2025. These are I'm going to mention some collections here. Now I know all the carts are collections, but I'm talking about like series collections. Like games that have more than one. Uh, I'm gonna kind of go over. I think I'm gonna go over about six of them. Six collection carts that I believe, even if Blaze can get their hands on, I don't know, like even half of these, like two or three of these, it could make 2025 like beast mode, like pretty easily. Um, Let me know what you guys think of these. I just kind of came up with these. Some of them came like honestly in a dream, and I was like, man, that would be really cool if that was on the Evercade. I'd like to play that. And I think that a lot of these would play good with, with the upcoming alpha and everything. I'm looking forward to more arcade carts. That would be great. And I think that we're probably going to see a little bit more arcade carts in 2025 because of the alphas. So even if you're not getting an alpha, like I'm not, and you're a fan of arcade carts, this could be a good year, like for anybody, especially if you're a fan of arcade cards. But these in particular, these don't have to be arcade cards. I think these would just be really good carts that they could put on top of the arcade carts, or some of these have arcade ports where, hey man, put them on some purple carts. But let's go over these and let me know what you think. And I am going to start out here. I have these wrote down so I wouldn't forget. Um, the first one, and I know this is a Konami thing, and Konami's probably going to be a tough. In fact, a few of these are Konami that I put on here are going to be tough to get, but I do believe, with this extra money with the alphas and the giga cards, I think they can pull this off. I really do think they can pull this off. So the first collection I want to talk about is a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle collection. Come on, man. Who doesn't want that? You definitely have your options when it comes to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They have so many games. There's a good chunk of TMNT games out there. But we all need the original arcade version on a cart for sure in 2025. Another great collection, and I'm really surprised we haven't seen this yet. This would be from like an SNK cart, but it could be a Metal Slug collection. I think Metal Slug has, I know they have like 10, but I think they made a couple more after that, and I'm not real sure what they're called. But I did play like 1 through X, and I love all of them. Metal Slug's just a really fun run and gun. If you are a fan of Contra, you would love Metal Slug if you've never played this game. But Metal Slug's great. I have a hard time, saying which one I like more, Contra or Metal Slug. Contra, is the OG. And that's like, to me, the best run and gun ever made on the NES. Uh, it might be of all time. I don't know. Because Metal Slug is so much fun. We definitely deserve a Metal Slug collection. Pop 3 or 4 of these on a cart. I don't know if they have to be on a Giga cart or not. But if you do that, you are going to have a lot of happy customers. Metal Slug is absolutely awesome. It has really cool graphics, great gameplay, a decent challenge, but it's just an overall fun game. This cart would sell tons. And I previously mentioned Contra. Well, why not have a Contra Collection cart? That would just sell. Like off the wall, off the shelf, man. We'd probably run into a bunch of delays because I do believe a Contra Collection cart would probably be one of their biggest sellers ever. I mean, you have so many options with Contra. To me personally, I think the NES version is the best, but you also have that arcade version. A lot of people really like that, so you could put that on a purple cart, or you could just add that to one of the red carts because, you know, there is a purple cart. What is it? Toa Plan 4 that's coming out that actually doesn't even have an arcade game. I mean, it has all arcade games except one is a console version of a game that's on there, and it's really not that good of a game. In fact, it's, you know, so not good. I can't even remember what game it is. But Contra, come on, man. Contra would be badass. If Blaze put this cart together, they could probably get away with 3 games. 2 of them pretty much the same. The NES version of Contra, the arcade version of Contra, and Super C. I guarantee this cart would just sell tons. Another collection that, you know, I think would be pretty cool. I see a lot of people like asking, hey, we need more racing games. You know, I'm not a big racing fan, but there are some really good racing games out there. And some of them are really fun, even if you're not a racing fan. And I think a really cool one would be RC Pro-Am, because there is more than one RC Pro-Am. In fact, it's on a couple different platforms as well. So RC Pro-Am would be a really cool collection. I remember spending hours on this game when it came out on the NES. And then I ended up getting part 2 of this. There's also a version, I believe, on the Sega Genesis, and it's called RC Pro-Am Championship, if I'm not mistaken. But this would be a really cool collection, especially for racing fans. Another really cool collection would be probably one of the hardest games of all time. And no, I'm not talking about Holy Diver. Holy Diver to me is like the hardest game ever made. But right up there with it is Battletoads. Battletoads was on a couple platforms as well, and there is more than one Battletoads game. So why not bring that to a cart? That game right there is a challenge, and it would have people, you know, biting their fucking fingernails off. Battletoads would be another one of those carts where Blaze would have options, kind of like with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They could put some console versions on a cart and also add the arcade version, because there is an arcade version of this and it is equally as challenging. So I think this would be a really fun cart to have, and it's a very challenging game, so it's going to take a while for people to complete. Another collection that would be great, it's one of my favorite franchises ever, is Metal Gear. I mean, you could go back to the NES, and I know Evercade supports up to like the PlayStation 1, and there was a few Metal Gear games on PlayStation 1, so why not make a Gigacart? Put a couple of those games on, put like the original Metal Gear, maybe Snake's Revenge on one cart. I mean, Metal Gear it's a proven series. Like, a lot of people love this series, and I think this is another cart that would sell great. I mean, it's up to Blaze, though. They have to get these licenses first. I've been a huge fan of this series ever since it started on the NES. A lot of people did not like this version. This is where I fell in love with Metal Gear. This is more of a stealth style game, but this is a very complex game, and there's just so much shit that you have to do. So I absolutely love this game, and I think they just got better and better as time went on. I would love to have this on the Evercade. Okay, I lied. So I said there was 6 that I was going to go over. Actually, let's throw in a 7th one, because you can't forget about this franchise. This has like a cult following, a big cult following, and that is Castlevania. Gotta make a Castlevania collection cart. This is another one. You know, if Blaze does all 7 of these, they're going to blow up, man. They're going to get a lot of new players coming over to the Evercade ecosystem. You got to make this cart for sure. Castlevania is one of the most well-known franchises of all time. No matter what they do, they sell. So Blaze would be foolish to not try to get a Castlevania collection together. I can guarantee you this. This will also sell a shit ton for Blaze. No doubt in my mind. Okay, so by no means am I saying these are going to happen. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying I think at least a couple of these need to happen in 2025. I thought 2024 was, just really not that great of a year, especially, compared to 2023. But, 2024 is ending well for Blaze. So, props to that. Props to them for that. They are ending on a strong note. So I think 2025, man, keep it going strong. You know, get a couple of these licenses. Make some more of the independent dual game carts. People love them. Get some more arcade carts out there. I think that they have the potential, if they go after some of these collections, this could be the year for Blaze, but it's really up to them. It's really up to what kind of licenses they can get. I think if these alphas sell well enough, that's going to bring in some cash for them. They can fork over more money for better licenses. Let me know what you guys think. If there's any collections that maybe I've left out that you would love to see on the Evercade, just leave it in the comments below. And if you are new to the channel, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It really helps out this channel a lot, and I greatly appreciate it. And if you are a content creator, type in the word content and leave that in the comment section, and the GameFreak army will go to your page and hit that subscribe button. We're all here to help out each other. So once again, I want to thank you guys for taking the time to watch the video, and until the next one, game on, everybody.